Well, good morning. And uh, yeah, just let me get started. The title for today's video is Reasons to Hope for a Positive Outcome. And the blurb that I wrote last night, yesterday's video was made 7 a.m. Saturday morning. Nearly 2 days will have passed when this one is shared. Good things have happened in those 2 days. I'm thankful that I do have reasons to hope and even expect a more positive outcome than that described by my attorney. Maybe it's time for me to be the free man plaintiff again and stop acting like a defendant. It's not as easy as I'd like it to be. And again, yes, I continue to ask for help. Here's the PayPal link, etc. And hopefully I won't be needing um, as much help in the future because of what came about in the past couple of days after I made the previous video. Number one, I was contacted by a friend who is part of the National Liberty Alliance, and he's put me in touch with a particular individual there, and I didn't get to talk to him because he wasn't well yesterday. But I did get to talk to his secretary, Linda, and she gave me lots of very positive feedback. We talked for over a half an hour, I believe. And then I had a conversation with a lady named Carol from Kentucky, and she just won a case against, oh God, I forget the name, which bank, one of the big banks, but she said PNC, which is my bank, is the same thing. And she accused them. She actually filed a case against the bank for banking fraud, coercion, fraud, a RICO racket, racketeering, extortion, mail fraud, conspiracy against rights, deprivation of rights under color of law, conspiracy to interfere with civil rights, trespass of the case, acts of vindictiveness, abuse of process, abuse of duty, or assumption of duty, invasion of privacy, negligence, torture, wherefore defendant failed to prove claim I can't read my own writing here, or failed to provide proof of claim, and they need to cease. They need to provide notice concerning fiduciary relationship or cease. And it goes on and on and on, citing constitutional decisions, U.S. 18 U.S.C. 242, 18 U.S.C. 241, and a whole bunch of other things. I mean, I've got pages of notes that I took from that conversation. And after talking with her and taking all these notes, and I'm not, and believe me, don't be calling me and expecting me to take, I hate taking notes. I absolutely do not like it. I did it in this case. It was the first conversation I ever had with people. I have some people that want me to always take notes. I don't want to take notes. So I just want to make that clear that I'm not going to sit down and have you dictate to me. If you've got stuff to share with me, send it to me as an email. I'll give you my email address. But I don't want to take notes. That's my thing, and I ask you to honor it. In any case, after going through the conversations with these two ladies, actually, I was much encouraged, and I look forward to talking to the other attorney, that the first lady, the Linda. That was her name, right? Yes, Linda, National Liberty Alliance. I really felt uplifted and hopeful, as I said in the blurb. And I have to, of course, again, train my own attorney as to how to handle the case. It's not going to be handled as a defendant. I'm not going to defend anything because the defendant is the straw man. I'm going to go in as the not straw man, as the plaintiff, in a proper court of law. And then she gave me the details of what to do. So I'll be a plaintiff, and I'll be going in not as the straw man. The straw man is a fictional entity, and they have control and ownership. They claim ownership of the straw man account, even though they've stolen it from us. It's in our name, but it's in our all caps name, and it's not reality from their point of view. So it's reclaiming our natural rights, our God-given rights as human beings, that is going to turn the tide and stop these criminals, and they are criminals. I want you to understand that judges and bar-certified attorneys and bankers and government officials, most of which are attorneys, and people that are involved in the de facto governments all over the world are committing crimes. They're committing crimes against humanity, and they have to be held accountable for those crimes. They have to repent of those crimes. I do believe that it's very possible that the Pope is coming around. He's seeing the handwriting on the wall, and he may be waking up. I don't know. I don't know. But there are lots of signs that I'm seeing and that people are sharing with me that indicate that the tide is turning. Now, how fast it's going to turn, I can't tell you. But in talking with this lady from Kentucky, she won her case. Now, she hasn't gotten any money yet, but she has sued them for damages as well. And it's in the multi-millions of dollars in damages. Now, how are they going to pay that? They've been the one that have been confiscating all the money and all the wealth, and they either pay up or face severe prison sentences, or both, for the crimes that they've committed. Now, folks, if you don't see this as a positive thing, then you are still deluded into thinking that the current system has any validity at all. It has no validity because it's not based on truth. And if it's not based on truth, God's truth. Now, I agree. Somebody wrote and said, but that's the way it's evolved, that's the system, and that's the, and defending again the de facto system. There is no defense of the de facto system. There is no defense of lies. There is no defense of anything that subverts the reality of who we were created by God to be, that is, children of the living God. And in effect, gods ourselves, because God gives birth to gods. God creates other things, but gives birth to gods. And God breathed his own breath into us, and we became living souls. You might also say we became children of God, or little gods, living gods in the flesh. And we need to recapture that heritage. We need to reclaim that heritage and become who we were created to be. That's what Anastasia is all about. It's about recapturing the reality and of who we are, and restoring all of the gifts, talents, and abilities that were stripped from us by the lies, believing the lies that we believed. It's time for redemption. And that's why I have hope for a positive outcome in this legal case, but not just hope in this legal case, but hope for humanity, that we will finally get it and start acting on positive information that negates all of the crap and BS that we've been fed for so long. Anyway, I thank you once again for listening to this video, and namaste.